We all want to be heard and understood, don't we? And yet, many of us don't know how to listen. Over the years, I have been deliberately practicing my listening skills, and I have found that it has actually helped me more than the people I have listened to. And why I say this is because every time I listen to others and try to understand others, I understand myself more. The first time when it happened to me was when my younger daughter was just a baby and she was crying so much that no matter what I didn't help. She cried, and I tried giving her food. I tried pacifying her. I tried putting her in bed. Nothing was working. And I just didn't know what to do. And in that moment, I just thought of bringing her in my lap, sitting with her, and connecting with her. So then I started listening to how I was feeling when she was crying incessantly, and nothing could stop. Then I felt that I was helpless. I didn't know what to do. And in that moment, it occurred to me, or I just formed a hypothesis. I thought, what if that's exactly how she is feeling? Because in my heart, I also knew that all humans, everything in this whole world, are connected to each other. So then, if that's true, then my feelings are connected to her feelings, and I can surely understand how she feels. So if I feel hopeless and helpless and nothing is working, maybe that's how she's feeling too. So then I just held her close to my heart and I told her, it's okay. I understand. I know how you feel. Even though she couldn't understand that language, something in her listened to that. And she calmed down, she slept, and then everything went back to normal. It's not that she didn't cry again, but it's like I started to understand the situation better. I'll give you one more very recent example. Someone in my family, very close to me, was very, very angry. And they were yelling at me. They were showing frustration. They were telling me that they were disappointed in me. And they were overall very, very angry. And in that moment, again, I froze for a few seconds. And then I started connecting with my own feeling. I asked myself, how do I feel in this moment? And I had fear. I was very, very fearful, very afraid of that person and what they were doing to me. And then again, I thought, what if they are just afraid? Because most of the time, fear comes across as disappointment and anger. And then I just said, I understand how you feel. I know that you are afraid, but it'll be okay. Whatever is troubling you will end and you'll be fine. I just said that very politely, and I saw in that very moment they calmed down and they lied down and slept. That's all they needed to hear. Whether it was right or not, in that moment, I could be more empathetic and I could at least tell them that I understand them. And over time, this is how I have been dealing with people, and I have been trying to understand their emotion by connecting with my own emotion when I hear them speak. So, for example, sometimes people say something very judgmental about my looks or about my social status or about any of my qualities. In that moment, I try to think, how do I feel? How does it make me feel when they are saying that to me? And I feel insecure. Maybe, for example, if I feel insecure, then I think, what if they are insecure and that's why they're telling me all these things? So then I know how to respond. Once I understand why they're doing that, then I can respond better. So then sometimes I say, it's okay, I don't judge myself by the standards of the society. I don't judge myself by the standard of beauty that others put forward. I'm okay. I don't judge myself, and it's okay. And I don't judge people by these qualities. Sometimes I have tried saying that and it makes sense, and those people then they kind of back off, or then they also start to feel like, okay, I'm not being judged, and their insecurities come down. I don't know exactly if that transforms them or they become a different person, but it sure helps me in that situation. And I think it gives them something to reflect on. So, these are just some of the examples of how I've started to listen to understand better, and it has helped me more than it has helped the other person. But I can say this for sure, over time, my relationship with others are improving. I am becoming more and more empathetic. I can feel for others' pain. I can feel how others are feeling, because in that moment, when they are angry, when they're sad, when they're despairing, when they're helpless, I just connect myself with them and I start to feel how I'm feeling. And then I realized, oh, I feel helpless, so they may be feeling helpless. I feel angry, I feel afraid. So then understanding them makes me react in a way that's humane, that's very empathetic, and that's very, very helpful for both parties. So, how about you try to listen to others to understand and not just to react? Try this when people are saying something or when people are very emotional or reacting sharply. Just pause in that moment and think, how am I feeling? And see the magic. It has been working for me, and I hope it works for you too. After all, as I said, we all want to be heard and understood. What if we all started doing that for each other?